Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Bacon. Welcome to the show, y'all. Look here. Dude is really in the zone. Now, they come get him to take him to forensics, right? He's got to go get a mental health evaluation. These some real professionals. Psychiatrists, psychologists, all types of people going to be there to try to see if they can help him get through this problem that he's having. Because if he's got a mental problem, they want to get him some help. If he don't have a mental problem, they want to get him some help in trying to understand why he's doing these type of things to himself and get him on back to the jail where he can face what he got to face. That's just how it works, man. It's not like they're for or against. They just want the facts. They want to know what's going on so they can add to the situation in the way that their expertise and only their expertise can add to it, right? They're not against you. That's what a lot of people think. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. But anyway, they take him to forensics and they got to do what they call, an initial evaluation to admit him and all this and that. So they get him there and they're asking him all of these types of questions about, does he hear voices and this and that and the third. But see, he hadn't done anything or said anything, since the court appears like he's hearing anything, right? So he tells them, yes, he hears voices, but not all the time. They ask him about his erratic behavior, and he says that the voices are telling him to do these types of things. You understand what I'm saying? And then sometimes he says he just feel like doing it. He said it's fun to do. So they writing all this stuff down, and after, that initial evaluation, they put him, around, in the building where it's other people like that. It's other people that have been there that have been diagnosed or waiting to be diagnosed and stuff like that and being treated. And he starts to mimic some of the behaviors that they have. In fact, it's a dude that's there that's trying to help him beat his case. And they never even discussed that's why Jack would be there. You feel what I'm saying? He just instinctively knew. He said, man, look, if you're trying to beat your case, this is what you need to do. He said, you keep telling them you're hearing voices and tell them that the voices is telling you to hurt yourself and to hurt everybody around you. So Jack is listening to that, right? Now, this is a step up from what dude back at the jail was telling him, right? So it's a step up. So when he goes in to see his therapist, and he tells the therapist, that the voice is telling him he need to hurt somebody. And so the therapist asks him, said, well, who did he tell you to hurt? And Jack, the first thing that popped in Jack's mind, he said, the voices told me to hurt you. See, the therapist, he's writing this stuff down, but he looks up at him. And he's a vet, he's done this for a while, And he hit this button on the table, right? Right there up under the table, he hit that red button. By that time, it was this big old dude with he got on white scrubs and stuff. He come in there, and he just standing at the door. Now, Jack ain't peeping the move, right? But dude just called for security, for backup. He just told this man, the voices told him that he should hurt him, so Jack ain't thinking. These folks been there, done that. They seen all this, right? So now dude just standing there, and he listening to everything that's said about it, but he's a professional. He ain't got nothing to say to nobody, So the therapist keeps talking to Jack and all this. And he said, does your voice have a name? So Jack looked at him, and the first thing that came to his mind was his own name. He said, my voice is named Jack. So the therapist looked at him, he said, is your voice, the voice named Jack, is he like you? Does he think like you? Where was he born? And all this and that. So Jack just making it up as he go. He making it up as he go. You feel what I'm saying? He done gave this dude a whole bio. Age and everything. Now all of a sudden, the therapist, he writing this stuff down, right? He said, look, I'm going to refer you, because now he concerned. Because see, in his profession, if you start checking off certain things on their checklist, you get put in another category. And he told Jack, I'm going to refer you, later on today to talk to the psychiatrist. Is that okay with you? And Jack like, yeah. Because see, in Jack's mind, he thinking that he got him. He got him. You feel? They finna let him talk to some of the people that's gonna make a decision. You feel what I'm saying? You go from a therapist to a psychologist in one sitting. Oh yeah, he doing something right. So he go back. He go back to the holding part where he's at with all the other people. And they having lunch, and then they all walking and talking. And he's watching them. He see how some people walking around, they letting snot run down their nose. They keeping their shoes. The shoes ain't tied. It's kind of like they're not there, but they're there. Their eyes are wide open. They look glass-eyed and all this and that. So he can't make himself look glass-eyed, but he ain't peeping the move. He ain't peeping the move. He don't really know what's going on, right? Not yet. So about 2 o'clock, he get the call, you know what I'm saying, to go to the office again. Now the psychiatrist there. Got the psychiatrist there. You got the big dude, the security, you know what I'm saying? Got him there. And then it's another lady there that she's keeping notes. You know what I'm saying? The psychiatrist keeping notes too, but it's somebody else keeping notes. He don't know who she is, but they introduce him. But he focused on the psychiatrist because he know if that psychiatrist say he ain't mentally competent, he in the good. He said that's all he trying to hear. He ain't mentally competent to stand trial. That's all he want to hear. So when he talking to the psychiatrist going down the list, he said, I hear that you say you been hearing voices, and that voice's name is Jack, and he's telling you to hurt people and all this and that. He says, how long have you been hearing these voices? And Jack said, off and on for a while. He said, did you have these voices before the car wreck? Now remember what I told you when the car flipped. You know what I'm saying? They dragging Jack up out of that thing, right? Now see, he know all this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So Jack, his mind clicking fast, right? He going along with the move. He letting them tell him what it is that he should say based on what they saying. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So look, here's what he said. He said, yeah, when they pulled me out of the car, the voice was telling me then to hurt them, get away from them. They trying to hurt me. And he said, what did you say to the voice? I told the voice I would. I'd get him. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him. Psychiatrist writing everything down. He jotting everything down fast as his hand can go. And then the lady that's in there, she writing this stuff down too, right? And he said, look, he said, do you want some help? And Jack looked at him like, yeah, help me, man. I need you to help me, man. Can you help me? He was like, yeah, I can help you. He said, but does Jack, your friend, does he want some help too? And Jack looked at the psychiatrist. He said, let me ask him. And he says to Jack, he said, Jack, do you want some help? Then he looked at the psychiatrist and he said, yeah, I want some help. And then Jack turned away. Then he looked back at the psychiatrist again. He said, Jack said he wants some help. So the psychiatrist, he's writing that down. He said, because he noticed that when he asked Jack, did he want some help, that he turned towards him and he looked at him like as if it was another person. And then he turned away and then turned back. And now he's Jack, the original Jack again. So now he's writing it down. Okay. All right, we got some stuff going on. He said, look, this is what I'm going to do for you. He said, now, I got some medication that I'm going to have to give you. He said, this is going to help you and Jack, both of y'all. But you're going to have to take it. You can't not take this medicine, okay? So Jack looked at him and said, yeah, we're going to take it. We're going to take it. The psychiatrist write that down. He writing everything down now. And the lady's writing everything down too. So he said, look, this afternoon, when they do med call, he said, you get in the line with the other guys. And when you get up in the front of the line, they're going to have your medication, okay? And he gave him the name of it and all this and that, right? And Jack, he never heard of none of that stuff. He said, okay, I got you. He said, you're going to be okay. He said, and anytime you hear these voices, you know what I'm saying? He said, you make sure you let us know. Don't hurt nobody. Don't hurt nobody. He said, okay. He said, okay, I won't hurt nobody. He said, Jack, he said, we ain't gonna hurt nobody, okay? And then he looking away. He done learned it now. He learned, he got their attention. He got their attention. So he gets up and he leaves up out of there, right? Goes back to the pod. You know, the officer, the security person, the medical security person escort him back. He get back up in there. He go to his little room, right? Because they got rooms, not cells, at this place. So he goes in his room and he just sitting in there. And he looked out the door, out the window. He said, there ain't no camera inside the room. So he looks out the window and he don't see nobody looking. And he just squats down by the door, put his hand over his mouth, and he start laughing. It's like, got him. It's like, yeah, it's going down. So they go to chow that afternoon. They eat, they eat nice too. They eat nice, eat a nice big old salad. You know what I'm saying? Baked potato, piece of broiled chicken. You know what I'm saying? All that. Eating real good. As soon as they finish eating, they call midline. He get in the line. He get up there. It's just like the Matrix. You want the red pill or the blue pill. See, the Jack pill was purple. You feel me? Had 2 of them in that thing. And they told him, said, look, you gotta take the pill, drink the water, open your mouth, let us see that you swallowed it. He ain't never experienced nothing like that. He gonna take it. He ain't tripping about that. So he chunked the pills back, hit it with the little cup of water, opened up his mouth, raised his tongue up. Oh, he swallowed them. They gone. So they tell him, let them know if it makes you feel kind of funny or if you throw up or anything like that. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, have a good night. And plus, they said, because you're on this medicine, you're going to get an ice cream tonight. We're going to give you ice cream. He don't even understand what that's for, right? So he goes into the TV room where everybody else go. They in the TV room. They looking at TV, watching shows. He's sitting there. While he watching the show, he's sitting there and that pill done start kicking in. And the pills for everybody else is kicking in too. But he's sitting there, that pill done kicked in, right? And he started nodding a little bit. But then when he nodding, it's almost like he started to see somebody in his head. So he sits up real quick and he shake his head off, trying to shake the cobwebs off. And he's like, dang, what's going on? What's really going on? Then he leaned back and he's sitting there again watching the TV. Then he just falls asleep. And then one of the other people that's in the place, they wake him up and say, man, you're not allowed to sleep in here. So Jack gets up and he's stumbling. He gets up and he's stumbling, trying to find his way back to his room. And when he goes out into the hallway outside the TV room, the people that work there, they see he's stumbling a little bit. And they watch him because they knew this is his first time taking the pill. So they help him get to his room. He gets to a room, he lay down in the bed, our head spinning like a top. He ain't never done, in his life he done smoked weed, but he ain't never had nothing that made him feel like this. And his head is spinning like a top. Before you know it, he is in a deep, deep sleep. He's gone. And his dreams was all over the place. He actually, in his dreams, talking to somebody, and he gone on. And they, the staff that they walking by, they checking them rooms every 5 or 10 minutes. And they look in there, they put the flashlight on. He laying in the bed, tossing and turning. You understand what I'm saying? But they got him. They watching. Next morning, he get up. He missed the ice cream. They tell him, look, you gotta come and get your ice cream tonight. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay up to get that. Now his mouth is all dry. And he cotton mouth. So he get in the line before breakfast. They said they got another med call. So he get in the line, he get up and he said, I need to eat first. Can't take that. They said, no, this one in the morning you can take. You know what I'm saying? Before you eat, I take it right before you eat. And he wants to comply because he trying not to go to penitentiary. So he gets up there, he take the pill, then he goes like everybody else. They get in line for breakfast, and then they get the pancakes and the sausage and the eggs. You know what I'm saying? And the milk and the orange juice. And he down. I'm talking about he's ravenous with it. He chunking everything down. He's so hungry. He's like, man, I don't know what's going on. As soon as he finished eating, now he got all this energy. Got all this energy. You know what I'm saying? Running around, talking fast, this and that. And he can't help, but the more he talked, the more, saliva, spit coming out of his mouth. And he can't stop it. So he get him a towel, you know what I'm saying? Go to his room and get him a towel, and he just wiping his mouth. Every few words he say, he got to wipe his mouth because, spit coming out of his mouth. And he's like, dang, what's going on? Can't even control the spit coming out of my mouth. Time flying. By now, it's lunchtime. Go eat lunch. They got burgers and fries. Cheeseburgers and fries, right? You know what I'm saying? After they finish eating that, they get an ice cream. Then after they finish eating that, get right back in their line, get the pill. Now these pills, they're a little different than the ones at night and the morning. This is the midday pill. This pill right here gonna have him drunk. So he take the pill. Now he drunk. Now all he wanna do is walk. He don't wanna sit down. He just pacing. back and forth in the day room, just pacing. Don't want to sit down, and he don't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? Every time he talk, he say spit fall in my. So in his mind, he say he ain't gonna talk. But see, what he don't realize, they watching him. Because even though he's not talking to anybody else, he walking and he talking to himself. Talking to himself. Having full-length conversations with himself. And he don't even realize. So it's about 2 o'clock. So they take him in to see the psychiatrist. And the same lady that was keeping notes, they sitting in there. So the doctor asked me, he said, how you doing today, Jack? And Jack looked at him. And he trying to get the words out of his mouth, but ain't nothing coming out. You know what I'm saying? And it takes him a second. And he getting a word out here, a word out there. And the doctor say, well, this is normal. It's going to do you like this for a while until it gets in your system. This is okay. So he said, I don't want you to panic, but this is what it does to people, okay? And when it get in your system, you're going to be just fine. He said, okay. And Jack, realizing it take him so long to get in the words out of his mouth, he just nod his head. You feel what I'm saying? He just nod his head at him, right? And when he nod his head, just spit just come down his mouth. You feel me? So Jack take the towel, he wipe his face. You know what I'm saying? And he just keep looking at him. And then he said, Jack, he said, where's Jack at? And he just staring at him. He want to put on the move for him, but he just staring. He said, are you hearing voices? He can't get the words out, so he just nodded his head. Yeah, he's still talking. He said, okay, we're going to work on that. So the doctor writes something else down. Writes something else on the paper. And the woman, she writes something else on the paper too. You know what I'm saying? Kept writing stuff on the paper. So they have the staff person take him back. You know what I'm saying? And them hours, they flying by. It's afternoon. It's time to get to the meds. So he's standing in the line like everybody else. But see, now he's standing in the line. He don't even feel right. And he gets up to the line. He want to tell him he don't want it. He don't want this. But he take it anyway because he know he got to take it. He on a mission. So he take the pill, go to the med, 2 pills. He go to the day room. They sitting there watching TV. This time he fighting it. Because the dude that done gave him the business at the place, he tell him, you got to fight it, man. You can't give in to it. You got to fight it. You got ice cream tonight. You got strawberry ice cream. You want some strawberry ice cream? That's what the dude talking to him. Like, you want some strawberry ice cream? You got to fight it. If you go to sleep, I'm going to eat your ice cream. You better not go to sleep. You better not go to sleep. So Jack, he fighting it. He fighting it. Then they call ice cream call. Everybody get up and they all rush out there as fast as they could go, and that ain't fast at all. They all get out there in the line and they all dancing and singing and all this and that. And the woman, she handing out the ice cream and checking their name off the paper to make sure they got the ice cream. See, they give them the ice cream because their mouth dries out. Their mouth dry out. You feel what I'm saying? And then they give them some Vaseline to put on their lips because their lips get chapped. This medicine is doing them like this. So after Jack eat the ice cream, he really tired. He got just barely enough strength to make it back to his room. He get back to the room. Look here. He get back to the room. He gets up under the covers and he's gone. And he feeling himself just slipping away in the dark. He could see himself when he closed his eyes just falling and falling and falling down into the darkness. There's nothing he could do. It's kind of like on that movie, Get Out. Y'all seen that movie, Get Out? Right? When the woman is going around on the teacup and dude just falling down in the darkness. That's how Jack feel. He falling down in the darkness. Falling down in the darkness. And now they pull him back the next morning. You gotta take that pill. Lunchtime come. Gotta take that pill. He going to see the psychiatrist again that afternoon. He don't know what they want to tell him because he's like, man, he don't know if he can handle any more of this. So he decided he gonna tell the doctor that it's too strong. He can't function. That's what he gonna tell him. And if you want to know what the doctor says to him, you got to tune in to the next episode, right? Because this thing gonna keep on and keeping on. I'm telling you, it's gonna get better. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.